What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. More times than not, I get a phone call and it starts with, "Hi, I need a catalytic converter." I'm like, "Well, why do you need a catalytic converter?" "Well, my mechanic or the dealership or the inspection station or AutoZone and Advanced told me so." So at that point we say, "Okay, bring it in." And we're like, "Well, we just want to know how much first before we bring it in." So we try and give them a price based on their requests, and then when they show up, we go from there and say, "Hey, we'd like to actually diagnose your car and take a look at it." "Oh, no, I already had it diagnosed." A code pull is not a diagnostic, and just because your dealership says you need a catalytic converter doesn't mean they diagnose the whole problem with your car. There's so many variables to that. So 3 years ago, we put a catalytic converter on this lady's car. There's no oil sticker in it. I checked the oil. It's full, but it's black. And she doesn't do a lot of driving. So I said at this point, I advised her, "Hey, let me run a diagnostic and take a look and see what's going on with your car." So I'm actually trying to get into this right now. It's got idle surge right now. You got it? So I got idle surge, and I didn't even get into it yet. And I'm curious. Hear it?
Yeah.
Here, hold this. I want to see if I can find it. Thank you. This is what the customer will feed back to. He's like, "Hey, I noticed the car's running rough." Oh.
Yeah. Maybe.
So it happened right here. Right? So we really need a smoke test.
Yeah.
So we actually got it to change, because it didn't change back here, right? Nope. And it didn't change in there. But as soon as we hit it here, it changed. So it tells me probably that gasket is bad. And I don't know if you can service that without replacing the intake manifold. So let's get into some data. So I'm glad that I actually took the time and started it to see what it was doing at idle. And it actually smoothed out. It was like on attack, which usually indicates a vacuum leak. But the only codes that are in the system here is for a po430. Go figure, right? So let's get into this and get some data. So now that it's idling properly, I'm going to see if I can get fuel trim data and see. There's usually always a cause and effect. I just had one in here Saturday. See my previous video. The dealer said all I need is a cat. I did a video on 10 to 12 different system failures, but I only needed a catalytic converter. And this is what these people were telling me, so I don't really know. So all we're concerned with is the powertrain control module right now. I can still feel it humming. So we're going to take you through diagnostic codes. That's it. Freeze frame data. Let's see if it gives us any. Nothing really that's going to help me here figure this out. I'm going to get into live data. I can still feel the idle surging. So what I want to look at I've actually felt EGRs cause a similar problem too, but typically it would code for an EGR, but not always. So O2 sensor 1, sensor 1, 2 sensor 1. I like to see if they're just switching. And then I want to watch O2 sensor 1, 1. So both upstream O2 sensors, right? You can see that the data, that's at 4,000 RPM. It's pretty similar. So let's get off idle. So what I want to see is bank 2 sensor 1 seems to not be so friendly. Let's get bank 2 sensor 1. And we could graph these two. Let's do this. Show selected. So then we have just these two here. So the top one is bank 1 sensor 1, which we don't have a CAD efficiency code on. And then bank 2 sensor 1, we got a little oxygen sensor issue there. And I'm wondering if it's derived from the idle issue. All right, so I'm gonna say bank 2 sensor 1 is definitely showing an issue there, comparing left and right oxygen sensors. So now we're gonna get back to live data. I wanna see what my short-term fuel trims are. And then for me to really see what's going on, I'm gonna perform a smoke test too. I'm not gonna keep you for that. We are going to go into fuel trims. Let's see if it gives it to us, because every vehicle is a little different. Of course it's not, right? Oh, here we go. So we want to see the short terms stay in the negative more than we want to see them in the positive. You really don't want to see them in the positive R. So I believe, so if we look closer at this, I believe what we got is that vacuum leak is causing some issues here. So I'm going to need to get short-term bank 1 adaptives. It goes positive, stays positive, it's positive, negative. Yeah, so you really shouldn't see any positive fuel trim values on short term. So I'm going to smoke test this and bring you back, but it's not always just the catalytic converter. Catalytic converter is the end result. Thanks for watching.